Hello, I'm James Haywood and I'm here to talk to you today about the recipes I've put together for this edition of Village Life. Okay then, the first dish I'm showing you today is herb risotto with seared scallops and a nice red wine sauce. So the first thing we need to do with this is chop the onion nice and fine using a nice thin knife. And we want to first of all cut down vertically, nice and thin without going all the way through the onion. Cut into the onion horizontally. Then we'll take the knife across to get a nice fine dice. Okay, the main flavours of this dish are obviously the herbs. We've got 3 different types of herbs we're going to use. The first type is the chives. With the chives we need a nice sharp knife, as we do with all the herbs, and we need to slice through nicely without bruising the chive. The tarragon, equally the same. We're just going to pick the tarragon as we are the flat leaf parsley, lay them on the board and then just cut through again with a nice sharp knife, keeping the great flavour and to save bruising. To make your risotto, warm your olive oil in a thick bottom pan, then add the onion and garlic and fry them gently until they're nice and soft. Add the white wine and stir in with a wooden spoon or spatula until the liquid is reduced. Turn the heat down a little bit now and add the rice and mix this rice into the onions. Turn the heat up and out again and pour in approximately 200 millilitres of your chosen stock. Keep stirring the stock and rice until all the stock has been absorbed and the rice is cooked through. Remember to keep stirring throughout to stop the rice sticking together. To finish the risotto, turn down the heat, add the cream, then the herbs, then the butter, and then the parmesan. Check the seasoning, and if you need some more salt and pepper, then add a little bit as you need it. Right at the end, squeeze a little lemon juice in and serve immediately. Okay, the red wine sauce. Now this really is one of the simplest red wine sauces you can make, but it goes so well with the risotto. So first of all, you bring your red wine to the boil in a thick bottom pan, and then reduce it down to a syrup. Then add your beef stock and continue to reduce until the liquid takes on the consistency of a sauce. To finish the sauce, return the liquid to the boil before turning down the heat. When the liquid stops boiling, whisk in the butter and just finish with a squeeze of lemon juice. It's that simple. Right, and now to the scallops. Heat your olive oil in a non-stick pan until it's nice and hot. Dab the scallops with a little kitchen roll, eliminate any excess moisture and then sprinkle with a little salt. Place 6 scallops into the pan as shown, gently pressing each one down, and cook this on this side for approximately 30 seconds. After 30 seconds have passed, turn over and cook the other side of the scallop for 30 seconds, then remove immediately from the pan and put in the tray. Just wipe the pan quickly and repeat this with the other 6 scallops. To warm the scallops just before serving, put them in the oven for 2 minutes at 200 degrees centigrade. And then just spoon the sauce around the risotto and scallops, like so. Right, now onto the main course. This is the roasted Gressingham duck with a galette potato, the swede puree and watercress served with a peppercorn sauce. The tender roasted duck meat is perfectly complemented by the sweetness of the swede mash and makes a hearty meal for an autumn evening. Firstly, for the galette potatoes. Now the galette potatoes can be prepared and ready to go into the oven whilst you cook the other parts of the main course. So first of all, line a pan or oven-proof dish with silicone paper and then peel and slice the potatoes into discs about 3 mm in thickness. Pour a little butter onto the bottom of the pan. Then arrange the potatoes as shown, starting in the centre and working your way out, overlapping the potatoes slightly. Sprinkle this layer of potatoes with salt and pepper, then drizzle a little more butter on and arrange another layer of potatoes on top of this. Now keep going, layering up the potatoes until you've used all of them. To cook the potatoes, gently warm the pan on the stove just to brown the bottom layer gently, and then transfer to the oven for approximately 25 to 30 minutes until nice and golden. Remove from the oven, allow them to cool, and then turn the potato galette out onto a plate. A lot of people ask me different questions and different techniques and how to do things, and one of the things that comes up quite often is how to peel a swede. So this is how I'm going to do it today. So first thing, once again, nice sharp knife, and ends off, get rid of those, and then I just run the knife around the edge, taking the white core off. You can see there's a white core there. I like to take that off so we get nice and yellow when we make our puree, and goes with the duck with great flavour. That's the swede peeled. And then to chop, just simply 1, 2, stack the 2 up, 1, 2, 3, turn it round, holding it all in, let it slide everywhere, and again the 2 end parts, 1, 2, and you've got a nice even dice so it all cooks evenly. Then pop in a pan and cover with cold salted water. Bring the water to the boil for approximately 30 minutes, then when the swede is nice and tender, drain the water off. Now you can either mash the swede or blend it as I have here today with about 30 grams of butter. Right then, for the duck. First of all, preheat your oven to about 190 degrees centigrade. So to prepare the duck, we need to move the wishbone. So simply get a sharp knife, run it much like a chicken, and we do this because when we carve the duck, if we leave the wishbone in, it will deflect the knife and we won't be able to take all the breast off the carcass when we come to carve it. Season the ducks with salt and pepper, and then gently fry one at a time just to brown the outside of the skin in a frying pan. Take it out of the pan and put in a tray ready to go into the oven. Cook the ducks in the oven and then take out of the oven and allow to cool. At this point you need to take the legs off because they'll need a bit more cooking. So if you take the legs off as shown, so when the duck comes out of the oven, we need to put the legs back in. So to remove the legs, we simply cut around the outside, being careful not to take too much of the breast, and once again cut through that side. When the legs are ready in the oven, bring them out, let them cool a little, and just trim them up as I've shown here. Remove any excess fat and then just place them on a meat rack with the ducks to cool. Right, and now onto the peppercorn sauce. The peppercorn sauce is actually one of my favourite sauces and goes really well with the duck. It's got a great kick to it and just cuts through the fattiness of the duck. Gently melt the butter in a saucepan, then add the chopped onion and garlic and cracked black pepper. Cook gently without colouring for a couple of minutes on a medium heat. Add the brandy and gravy and reduce by half. Then add the cream and reduce again. Pass through a sieve before adding the green peppercorns. Cover and leave to one side until needed. So to serve, just warm everything back up, arrange on the plate as shown, and enjoy. And finally for the dessert, this is spiced baked apples with a vanilla ice cream. This is a lovely autumnal dish that tastes delicious with the ice cream melting just as you serve it. Now I'm going to show you how to core the apples for the spiced baked apple dish. So taking a normal household corer and a small knife, just take the bottoms off so the apple stands stable. Take the core very carefully, minding your fingers. Go straight down the middle. There's a bit of juice there. Okay. Just run the knife around the edge, the outer edge of the apple to enlarge it, and then just go down into there like that. So we can get plenty of filling in the apple when we come to stuff them. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees centigrade. Chop your sultanas and pecans and mix in a bowl with the cinnamon, nutmeg, brandy, orange and your maple syrup. Divide this between the apples, then chop the butter into 4 equal pieces and place on top of each apple. So put the apples on a baking tray and cover with foil. Place in the oven and cook for about 25 minutes. When you take the apples out of the oven, just leave for about 30 minutes in the tray. Just lets the apple cool down and the juices flow into the flesh. To serve this, serve with a very good quality vanilla ice cream.